Lecturing more than 2,000 Cubase hours over the last 20 years or so, I always got my problem with Ableton, or the philosophy of Ableton, the working space of Ableton. This changed over the last couple or 3 years with the appearance of new controllers. I started with the APC-40, of course, like many of us, the Archive, but now I got something new here I want to show you, and to me this seems to be a perfect setup to deep dive into Ableton and have fun with it. And now I understand it's quite a difference to work with Ableton. As my students always told me, you should use this. I always said, oh no, Cubase, I'm a musician, I need these tracks and all these things. I'm working with VST and the mixer in Cubase. But Ableton is so cool if you can use these controllers. So let's have a look.
Okay, how does it work? The VCM-600 by Vestax. It's one of the last I've got here. I think it's out of stock also. Many things out of stock here. I connected the Reloop Keypad directly into Ableton. You know how to put it on an Ableton, and it works like this, out of the box. USB, the different faders here control the volume of the different channels. These are the faders. If you want to start a track, do it just like this, by starting it, stopping it. Choosing a track you do by choosing track here, and once you've chosen a track, this is audio here, I can move the scene and choose a different track, and here it is. And while it's running, choose the next one and the next one and so on. Okay, within every or each channel you have the opportunity to do some panning via pan and do some EQing. Mid, high, and best thing is you can kill the EQ. If you want to have a high pass filter, just mute mid and low, or if you want to have a low pass, just high and mid, or band pass low and just keep mid in. So this is very convenient, very easy to do. You have total control over each track and choose a different one and start some sampling. One thing left to say is you can control, of course, the returns. I've thrown in a reverb over here and a delay over here, and this is return A, B here, A and B. Put the volume up, and once it's activated here, I can go to the channel and can control this. This is dry. Can mute immediately like this, and there's also panning to channel A and B. One last thing to say is how do I get this equalizers running? You have to throw in from audio effects the EQ3. You have to throw it in here, and then you can see I can manipulate gain low, gain mid, and gain high. If there's none in here on each track, each audio track, there's no control at all. You make one template song and that's it. And in the end, you just start the template song and throw in the audio files here, and then combine it with MIDI tracks. Here's a MIDI track, and I control the MIDI track via the Reloop Keypad. That's easy. First, on the left side is this one. I control the volume here, and MIDI is controlled by the Reloop Keypad, and I choose the track by here. This is the next track. And this is another track. So you have total control and start everything with this here. In the end, you can also just turn the scene knob and choose between rows. So different rows. There's one section up here, it's called Effect. Also this one can control, I control reverb with that. Yeah, just go in there, say MIDI should be, sorry, was the wrong one. MIDI should be controller, and you see the control is taken immediately here. and as soon as I change back to normal view, I control with this knob. There's different scenes for each effect I throw in, so there's a hell lot of control out of this 8 knobs here. You just switch between your different sends and returns and control each separate send and return by these knobs. You only have to remember which knob is. Would be nice to have a layer on here where it's written on, but there's so many different opportunities with Ableton to work. Makes no sense at all. Tempo, I don't know if it's running. I forgot to control the tempo. In other Ableton projects, I can control the tempo via this here, and I also can do some loop in, loop out, loop on, loop off in the other view of Ableton. So very nice machine here, metal made. Just USB. Ableton comes along with this, a small one. I use this big Ableton Live for Macs, of course, because I'm very interested in Macs programming. And the Reloop Keypad is over here. Start everything via this and control the different synthesizers via the Reloop Keypad. You also could use the Reloop faders here. So it goes to the infinite what you can do with this both two controllers. But this in the end was for me was the reason to get into Ableton much more and do it besides Cubase. So try it out. If you're very lucky, you can get one of the last VCM-600. I believe it's one of the best controllers. Using the APC40 and Machine was not so nice for me. This one is the best to me. Combined with this is perfect. Okay.